Coming up right now, a high school student charged after slapping a teacher during a profanity-filled tantrum in front of classmates. We'll tell you all about it.
Also coming up, crazy video shows a pregnant Disney cruise passenger dangling over the ocean in the middle of a Coast Guard rescue.
Ooh, all right, a little bit later on, why a Blue Man Group founder is using his head as a giant canvas.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash for this Thursday. So glad to have you here, and lots of big things coming up, not only for the big show here, but also in Hollywood. And Matt, I know you're excited as crazy for Deadpool, right?
Yeah, so we're doing reaction videos now, so you can check it out on our YouTube page. Just search Daily Flash, and they put out the new trailer for the Deadpool Wolverine movie. It is not safe for work, and he's already taken jabs at Disney in the trailer. It's amazing.
Is it a red band trailer?
Oh yeah, it's the whole. Oh yeah, one big red band.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking out for that.
Yeah, but it looks good, and I'm hoping they just don't ruin too much of the movie.
Yeah. Hope maybe like not give too much away. That's
It's like we were talking during the break. We stopped watching them after this trailer. It comes out July 26th, so we're like, no more. Please stop showing us
Is
things.
this the end of the Deadpool character or just another installment?
It's another installment, and they're not even saying it's Deadpool 3. They're saying it's Deadpool and Wolverine. But it is. Hugh Jackman has said, "That's it. I'm done. I'm tired of working out. Everything hurts. I'm tired of eating chicken."
I believe it.
And chicken and rice, or just chicken.
Well, when they got stuck, they had to shut down a week before they were finished during the writers and the strike and everything. And he's like, I had to maintain the body for an extra 6 months. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't blame him. Oh my gosh. Okay, question for you guys. If you could choose a celebrity to elect as our next president,
All right, you know I'm gonna say.
who would it be?
David Letterman, number one.
David Letterman.
I think it'd be great.
The Rock.
The Rock would be
Okay.
which is fun because his TV show,
His
Young
TV
Rock,
show is like that,
him
but
running for.
He just seems to be able to juggle a lot of things and do it pretty well.
Okay, Matt, your choice made the top 10, but Mitch, David
figure
Letterman is
not,
not
no.
on there. Denzel Washington, number one.
Ooh, Denzel.
Yes, okay, Denzel was number one. Dwayne The Rock Johnson came in at number two. Tom Hanks rounded out the top three. Clint Eastwood, George Clooney round out the top
That's
five.
interesting, Clint Eastwood. Okay.
Yeah, and then Oprah Winfrey, Matthew McConaughey, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Mark Cuban made up the rest of the top 10.
Here's the thing I think we've learned, though, that celebrities have such a good life, and once you go into that sector of politics, all that niceness you have and all
Gone.
that untouchability, money to spend, all that goes away.
You have to be real, in a sense, in some senses, and that goes away because Hollywood, it's whatever you want to put out there as because you're a publicist and stuff.
You've heard that saying that Washington, D.C. is Hollywood for ugly people? Have you heard
I like that. That makes
and
sense.
then in D.C., it's either money or power.
Yeah.
So you can have one or the other, but you can't technically have both in D.C. when it comes to who rules the city.
That makes sense.
The district, I guess.
All right. Well, a North Carolina high school student been charged after he smacked his teacher across the face. It was in a violent tirade. We do have a little warning here. The video that we're going to show you is a little disturbing. Viewer discretion advised. The rage-filled teen confronted his teacher in front of the entire classroom and is seen in this video posted on social media. Now, after the initial hit, the teacher seemed really unfazed as the student continued to scream at her and then smack her across the face again. There it is.
My
Students
gosh.
behind the camera seem to react with laughter during the assault. Nobody gets up and helps. They continue to tape it.
This is nuts.
Authorities showed up at the school, and shortly after that video was posted online. Now, the school district has since condemned the student's behavior, and filed charges for threatening and assaulting the teacher. Yes, number one, this should hopefully be used in court. And the teacher was probably, I imagine, scared to do anything after that point. And it goes to even more of what we're doing as far as what these teachers have to put up with every single day, you know?
And you could also argue you've got somebody recording the whole thing and not helping the teacher. And then,
laughing.
And laughing. And then the kid who's slapping the teacher says, nobody's going to do anything about it. I can stand here and hit you all day and nobody's going to come and stop me.
Had the teacher got up and then start wailing on him, then, she could probably be sued because of that student. And that's what's sad about all this. It's sad. And you could see that. I think this this video should be out seeing what's going on in our schools, number one. And number two, how there's no respect for the teacher and that sort of thing. And the danger that they just want to teach your child. Contain your kids. If this was my kid, I would go all hell on him, man.
Well, I think it brings up a really important point about boundaries, because it seems like we no longer have boundaries when it comes to kids and adults. The kids seem to be running the whole show.
And the adults are just
sort of, exactly. And the adults are just sort of standing back saying, okay, whatever, honey. And kids really, they've done research on it. They need boundaries.
They want them too.
They want them, they need them, and they need somebody to say, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. They need that kind of structure.
And as much as they say they don't, they really do. I agree with you 100% on that.
Well, check out this dramatic video captured when a pregnant woman was airlifted from a Disney cruise ship by the U.S. Coast Guard. In the video posted by the USCG, you can see a rescuer being lowered onto the cruise ship. It happened just outside of Puerto Rico. The 35-year-old woman was lifted into the helicopter and flown to a nearby hospital in San Juan. According to the cruise ship's guidelines, women must not be more than 23 weeks pregnant in order to set sail. If they enter the 24th week of pregnancy during the cruise, they will be refused passage because of health and safety concerns.
And this is what happens right here. And when we see that, and luckily the Coast Guard is there to help, but also if you consider, I mean, they are putting their lives at risk just for that, to save it. And so, as much as I would love a pregnant woman to be able to enjoy that, but there's a period of time where that sort of thing can't happen.
But the same goes for flights too.
And
for air travel, you're kind of under the same sort of restrictions, and I'm not sure what pregnant woman would want to fly or travel, especially in that that last trimester of pregnancy.
And some of them feel like they have to, but this seems like this was a cruise. You didn't really have to go on.
You don't want to miss it. FOMO, right?
And it's expensive.
And it's expensive.
Well, I worked for Disney Cruise Line, and we used to have to ask people that. They were like, you have to ask them, is there anybody sailing in your party that is over 23 weeks pregnant?
Really?
Which makes
if they say yes, they're like, well, I can't book your cruise.
Yeah.
But it's like, how easy is it for them to lie to you?
Exactly.
Yeah, indeed. Chris Wink, he was one of the founding members of the Blue Man Group. You know who we're talking about. He actually found a new way to express himself. He's rocking a variety of intricate mohawks he calls art fins. He's drawing attention now to his baldness with wearable pieces ranging from sculptures of toy trolls, neon forks, and, well, pretty much everything in between. Wink actually lost count about how many pieces he's made, but he creates a new one each week. He got his first idea for the headpiece in 2021 after opening his psychedelic funhouse in Las Vegas. He describes Wink World as an immersive dreamscape. I went to Twink World, and you told me to go there.
We went to that in Vegas, I think.
Matt told me to go to, and I went to the wrong. Anyway, it's actually lots of people checking that out. I always wanted to see what they look like without their blue stuff up, and now you know.
Have you seen the Blue Man Group?
Yes, in Orlando.
Yeah.
I got to check them out.
I haven't had a chance to see them, but everyone who sees them says they're incredible.
It's neat what they could do. It's a lot of neon, a lot of blue lights, you know, with the neon. And then also they'll turn drums, regular instruments into instruments, regular everyday items into instruments. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, let's turn to some Bravo news, which includes a few breakups and shakeups. The Real Housewives of Miami star Alexia Napala's husband has filed for divorce after 2 years of marriage.
Wow. Over on The Real Housewives of the Potomac, Robin Dixon admitted that she was fired. She's not going to be returning next season. Her co-star, Candace Dillard, will also not be returning. She also recently announced that she is pregnant.
Crystal Kung Minkoff shared that she is not returning to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills next season, calling her exit, Mitch, bittersweet.
Aww. And in other Housewives news, the Real Housewives of New York City may actually be getting a new cast member. Designer Rebecca Minkoff has actually been shooting for the new season.
And there you have it. Be sure to drop us a line at dailyflashshow.com and let us know your favorite Housewives franchise and who you want to see or stay or go.
Should they stay or go?
Yeah,
we'll keep you up to date for sure. All right, the world's southernmost post office is actually seeking 3 employees to spend 4 months sorting mail and counting penguins.
Oh, sign me up. I'm into it.
It's the Penguin Post Office. It's UK's Antarctic Heritage Trust. That's the organization that actually runs the Penguin Post Office. Said it's looking for 3 people to work from November until March of 2025. Now, duties are including you get to sort letters and postcards, selling postage stamps, running a small gift shop, as well as keeping count of Port Lockroy's colony of 1,500 penguins. Applicants must be prepared to bunk with 5 other people, go long stretches without the phone or the internet. Also, make do without running water or the entire duration of their stay. And I always here you go to the Antarctica. I didn't know people, I guess, go there just to visit, but there's not really anybody really that lives there, but yet there's a post office.
I was thinking, like, who goes to buy stamps there?
And how do you keep track of the penguins? Do you have to mark them with like paint? Because they all look the same.
They're all in tuxedos, if you think of that.
Exactly.
Like one, I think I already counted.
You'd
Tom.
be like
I think I already counted two.
3, 4, 5. All right,
Maybe get a stamp on each
I
one.
think it's probably the best way to do it. Alrighty, we will count the minutes until we return. And there are not that many either.
No.
You can actually do it. We'll be back with more right after this.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Stolen Dough is the name of a new documentary about the real inventor of stuffed crust pizza. Let's take a look.
Hello, Pizza Hut. I'm a product inventor based in Brooklyn, New York, and I have a huge opportunity for you. My product makes them eat the crust. Anybody.
Pizza Hut is being sued by a family in Brooklyn for allegedly taking a bite out of their business.
Pizza Hut denies it stole the family's invention.
The Mangiello claim has absolutely no merit at all, and we will oppose their claim vigorously.
My name is Anthony T. Mangiello. I was doing an investigation, and I would cut the thing open from the top, and you could see where the dough closed in between the cheese sticks.
This was never supposed to be this way. This was supposed to be a moment of pride for the whole family. I gave them the patent, and then they stole my idea.
What would Bob do?
And Anthony Mangiello joins us on the show.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Anthony. Great to see you.
Indeed.
Thanks for having me. It's great to see you guys.
All right, I ask you this, Anthony. What was it like actually to see your story, what you went through? And I know it was a very hard time.
Yeah.
Actually made into a movie where you can actually tell your story to everybody.
That's what it was about. And I have to tell you, even that quick clip that you made, it gives me chills. Every time I watch it, every time I hear it, I get chills up and down my spine.
You say your patent was stolen. How has this affected your life?
It affected my life tremendously. And the reason for the movie is to explain to people exactly what a person like myself goes through in a situation like this. Being in a David and Goliath scenario as I was, and the fight that I had on my hands, I don't think anybody could realize how hard and how tough a fight it really was.
Yeah, we could actually look at your face in this too. You can see that looks like actual video here of the deposition there, worried and such, and you can imagine so. Right now, what is the status of your lawsuit? Are you going to keep on fighting?
Well, the truth is the statute of limitations has run out, and I didn't pursue it because back when the decision came in from Judge Nickerson, it was at a point in my life where, let's say, the lawyers needed about $250,000 back then in the 90s to take this up on appeal, and I just didn't have that money. I also did, if you realize from the show, the movie, that I lost a brother through the trial. He died at a young age, and then, all of a sudden, things like this lawsuit, they really weren't important anymore. But as far as what I could do now, the statute of limitation has run out, but I'm not looking to get any money from anybody. That's not what I'm looking to do.
Okay, well, I was going to ask you that. I mean, Pizza Hut said, hey, we'll give you, what was it, 50 grand, but you had to give them your patent as well. I mean, why didn't you take it?
Look, here's why. It's just all about numbers. Pizza Hut at the time was doing $4.6 billion in sales. After they launched stuffed crust pizza in '95, I'll tell you the statistics show they rose to $5.2 billion. Wow. They had 8,700 outlets across the country, and this is $1 billion concept. I mean, how do you offer me $50,000 and think I'm just going to go away?
Right.
Yeah, that's a fair. I got to tell you, Anthony, I love pizza, but I mean, the cheese on the pizza is enough for me. You fold it into the crust, it's a little too much. I got to be honest with you.
Well, the truth is, my original concept of stuffed crust pizza went far beyond just having cheese in the crust, and I happen to agree with you. I mean, I love the product. I buy the product for my family because I created it, and it's beautiful to see it being sold in the market. But the original concept for stuffed crust pizza was all about different varieties of fillings in the crust, so when you're done eating a slice of pizza, you had a plus.
Okay, so I grew up in the pizza business. My parents owned pizza restaurants growing up here, and one thing I just thought was just blasphemy is people don't eat the crust. And I'm like, I have a bonus son that we open the box up and it's just pizza. I'm like, what are you doing? That's the best part of the pizza, right? I want to know, like, were you just sitting around and you go, yeah, cheese? How'd the idea come to you? Let's start from that point.
It's a great question, and I'm asked it all the time.
Sure.
And here, I'm going to tell you how stuffed crust pizza was born. I grew up in Brooklyn, and I was had a friend of mine whose mom asked me, because she knew I worked for a cheese company, if I would be able to make pizza. And she said, as an Italian mother, hey, I'll make the sauce, you know? I said, of course I can do it. I'm not a pizza guy, but I can figure out how to spin some dough. So
Sure.
I brought, cheese from work. I went to the bakery and I bought dough balls. Well, the reality was, when I arrived at the house, I looked at the dough balls and realized they looked much smaller than when I would see a man behind the glass, spinning a pie in a pizzeria.
Sure.
So I took 2 dough balls from the bakery and I put them together. I proceeded to stretch it out, and I realized how thin the bottom had to be, but I didn't realize that I pushed all the excess dough to the crust area. So if you can imagine what a cooked crust looks like size-wise,
Yeah.
I had that with raw dough. And then I put the sauce, put the cheese, I put it in the oven, and all of a sudden I'm looking through the glass of the oven and I start to get embarrassed. Why? This crust started to grow so big, it looked like a Zeppeli or a calzone.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
All around the pizza, and I was embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I did wrong, and I took it out, but there was nothing wrong with it. It looked funny. So we cut it up into 8 slices, and we started to eat it. And as I looked at this crust and I bit into the side of it, when you bite into a Zeppeli or a piece of dough like that, it'll close and then open.
Right.
And I saw all these nooks and crannies, and I was like,
The
wow,
air bubbles, right.
inside here, that would be great. And that's truly how stuffed crust pizza was born.
Unbelievable. We just have a few seconds left, but I got to ask you this. Do you ever buy frozen pizza? And if you do, which one?
If I do, it'll probably be DiGiorno. I like rising crust.
I'm the same way. I'm with you on that one. That's our go-to. And now it's gluten-free. They don't have, it's hard to find the gluten-free.
And where is the real Ray's pizza?
Oh, yeah, no one knows that. Where is it? The real Ray's?
It's in New York. It's definitely in Manhattan.
That's the way to do it. Absolutely. Man, Anthony, thanks for coming back to telling your story here. Stolen Dough. You can check it out on Amazon Prime. It's on Roku. You can even see it on Apple TV. Or if you want to see it, they'll tell you where to. Just go to stolendough.com and you can find out more information as well. We have more Daily Flash coming up right around the corner. No cheese crust, but just cheesy hosts like me. Welcome back to Daily Flash. There's been some really cool and innovative new products coming out of the International Kitchen and Bath Show, or KBIS, as well as the IBS, which is the International Builder Show, during Design and Construction Week. After all, investing in the kitchen and bath always adds that value to your home. Here to tell us all about some of the coolest tech, gadgets, and more is our very own coolest tech, gadgets, and more guy, Dr. Frank Vigiano. Hey there, Dr. Frank.
Hey, Mitch, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Doc, because my throat has just got this really weird feeling going through it, Doc, and I can't seem to kick it. I don't know what it is.
Take some cough medicine, Mitch.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. I'll send you to my brothers at the Mayo Clinic. They'll take care of you.
All right, very good. You, of course, are that cool doctor of tech and, of course, all things cool. First off, things at the home. We can really upgrade our home with some really cool new things that are coming out, including me never having to take the clothes out of the washer and put it in the dryer. Tell me about this.
That's correct, Mitch. Yes, the LG washer and dryer combo, it's amazing. It's the largest front load all-in-one unit in its class. It's a CES Innovation Award honoree. You can wash and dry laundry in under 2 hours, Mitch. It operates on a standard 120-volt outlet, which means you can put it really anywhere.
Okay.
So, it's ventless. It has a heat pump in the dryer that uses up to 60% less energy, which is unbelievable. Now, wash and dry without transferring clothes. How about that? Put the clothes in. It's amazing. Yes, you basically set it, or it sets it automatically. And that's what's so cool. And you don't even touch the lid, Mitch. You see the dispenser there? All you do is take it out, you empty it, and what's great, the detergent lasts up to 31 loads. You can fill the detergent dispenser, as you can see. So up to 31 loads, it dispenses automatically. And its built-in intelligence detects load size, fabric texture, to automatically select the right setting. A large 5 cubic foot capacity drum, Mitch. This is amazing. You can fit a king-size comforter in there, no problem.
The thing is so cool too, and now you don't have to get two different units, so it takes up less space, but looks just as cool and does some really cool stuff. Really cool. LG.com is where you want to check that out. You got a combo oven microwave thing here that's using AI, and I want to know how AI is involved in this oven.
Yeah. So AI, Sharp has a smart convection wall oven they've introduced with basically an easy wave open microwave drawer oven. So Sharp is designing these dream kitchens. It's smart Wi-Fi enabled appliances. It's smart microwave oven drawer mitts, which is so amazing. It can be placed in almost any configuration. And watch this, Mitch, called the Easy Wave Oven. You can open it with basically the wave of your hand. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And it also works with Alexa and the Sharp Kitchen app. It's the first smart convection wall oven with a microwave drawer oven that works with Alexa. Again, it's easy, hands-free cooking with voice commands. The convection wall oven is designed at countertop height, and the microwave oven basically is below for easy access. So they're smart appliances, and as Sharp always says, simply better living. Go to shop.sharpusa.com.
Very cool. Upgrading the kitchen is actually made a lot easier with this new line of appliances. Tell us about the Signature Kitchen Suite.
Yeah, Mitch, they have a new transitional series, really amazing. This is the fastest growing luxury appliance brand in the country. It's a fusion of sophistication, high quality, craftsmanship, and technology. An innovative built-in camera allows home chefs to monitor their dishes. Integration of the built-in camera, by the way, how about that? A built-in camera, Mitch, so you can watch it cooking.
So cool.
Yeah, there's so much AI that provides, basically anybody that's a gourmet type cook will love this. And what's interesting, Mitch, it has recognition technology, which identifies ingredients and generates recipes. The transitional series features new cooking, refrigeration, and dishwashers. Go to signaturekitchensuite.com for more information.
Very cool. Now what's next, Dr. Frank? I need one of those ovens, and I'll invite you over and make you a pie. Sound like a deal, right?
Mitch, that would be great, man. Right? Invite me. We'll do laundry and cooking.
Laundry and cooking. There we go. I'm going to find out more about these and many other products, gadgets. Just head to what'snewdoc.com. Check out this interview again. Head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Frank. And thank you, Mitch.
You
Dr.
betcha.
Frank's always a blast. And then there's this. You've got to look at this, your screen for this one. An Auburn University student connected on a long-distance shot, draining the length of a basketball court putt on last week. And now he's the owner of a brand new car. Watch this. Connor Boyle putted a golf ball a total of 94 feet. The putt was from one baseline to the other, and though in a tiny hole to hit the opposite side of the basket, he ended up winning a Toyota as the crowd went absolutely wild. They're all celebrating. The players were stunned. He's the first promotional winner this season, winning a car from a Toyota dealership. So that's nuts.
I don't know if you got to see how small that hole was. Man.
Well, I mean, lining up a normal putt is a little tough on a green when you can read it. On a basketball court?
On hardwood,
let's see what happens. But when these go, I mean, the whole place went nuts. I love when that stuff happens.
And then also, Auburn did pretty well that night playing games, which is great. But I'm calling that luck. I don't know.
That's total luck.
That's luck.
That's
okay.
total luck.
All right, you're lucky because guess what? We have more Flash right after this.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. We appreciate you hanging out with us on this Thursday. And, of course, we check in with Matt Doolittle. Matt, I'm going to actually need your little help on this because it's wrestling. I don't know if you guys heard what happened in Oklahoma just a few weeks ago. So, All Elite Wrestling, or AEW.
AEW, yes.
Not to be confused with the
WWE. They're fighting.
Or the root beer.
Yeah, the root beer place. They're competing companies.
See, Jackson's like root beer. That's what I was thinking, but it's not. Okay, so, and they're based out of Jacksonville. You said. All right, so they go to Oklahoma, and they had a match against Nyla Rose and Alejandro Lyon, okay? Now, these are two women. Well, Nyla Rose is a transgender, okay? And Nyla wrestled Alejandro Lyon. Well, in Oklahoma, there is a law that you can't have transgender wrestling.
Really?
Like you and I could not go to Oklahoma and wrestle.
Is that so?
Damn.
So you mean men and women cannot wrestle one another?
We cannot wrestle. You have to be the same sex. Well, Nyla identifies as a woman. However, she's transgender, and so now all hell is breaking loose.
They do know it's choreographed wrestling, right? It's not a real
Matt, don't
sanctioned
go there.
match.
Don't
No.
go there.
Hey, I've been to 3 WrestleManias. I'm part of the crew here.
You get knocked out like Geraldo if you
That's true.
that path. Yeah.
So this happened back in December, and so it's they're trying to now make sure that this doesn't happen again. And when they gave them the permits and everything, they thought, well, it was 2 women wrestling, so whatever. But when they found out that it was transgender, that's when all of this actually come up, and that's why it's actually coming out now.
They have guys wrestle women every once in a while. Though. Some of the promotions.
Well, maybe, but in Oklahoma,
it's illegal.
you're not. You can't do it. So,
interesting.
We could see some laws changing there, maybe even wrestling, and maybe Oklahoma might just, as far as AEW goes, we're not going to go there anymore. Who knows?
They're just going to go for A&W.
A&W root beers, which they also have restaurants too, really good. By the way, if you're wanting to know, Nyla Rose beat Alejandra Lyon. So
Okay,
now
there we go. Now you know the score. A North Carolina high school student has been charged after he smacked his teacher across the face during a violent tirade. We have a warning for you. This video is disturbing and viewer discretion is advised. The rage-filled teen confronted his teacher in front of the entire classroom as seen in this video posted on social media. After the initial hit, the teacher seemed unfazed as the student continued to scream at her and then smacked her across the face again.
That's crazy.
Students behind the camera seemed to react with laughter during the assault. Authorities showed up to the school shortly after the video was posted online. The school district has since condemned the student's behavior and filed charges for threatening and assaulting the teacher. That is the least that they could do for that poor teacher.
You know, and I'm looking at the video. I don't see this child, and I call him John because a man or an adult or somebody who can think right would not just go up and slap somebody. I didn't see he being threatened. Again, it says a student, so it could be a male or a female, I'm not sure. But she's sitting in her chair.
Yeah.
So it's not like she could feel like she's threatened, and she obviously goes up and hits it. And so to me, that's just plain and simple assault.
Yeah.
And the teacher not doing anything says everything because everyone, this is just one video. I'm certain every kid in class was rolling
Had their
on
phones,
this.
sure.
And that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid to do anything because if they got caught on camera smacking, things could be edited or whatever until the truth comes out and you don't know. There's so much that these teachers, all they want to do is teach your kids.
Yeah.
And they're babysitters, and they really, the law really is on the child's side, and you can understand why. I get it.
Sure.
You want your child to be safe.
Right.
And there are just as many, but we're seeing more and more of these sort of things happen in class, and then you see teachers just lose it because they get to a point where I can't handle this anymore.
Well, and there doesn't seem to be adequate punishment to deter this kind of behavior because, like you said, it looked like the teacher was just sitting there, so it wasn't like he was trying to defend himself. She was just sitting there, and then, and then what does it say about the other students in class who one was clearly recording the whole thing? Nobody stood up to help her or to defend her.
And it is a sad commentary of where we're at, and I don't think there's outside of this child being put in an entirely different school and set aside because obviously there's some kind of behavioral issue. And put aside until they can figure things out.
The other question is, if you take cell phones out of the whole equation,
we have seen
how
that?
does that change?
I think
would
that
it have happened, and would we have seen
It's a very good point because he's, I'm sure, playing to the
camera.
camera. Let me show you that they're not going to do that. Watch this.
Yeah.
All right, we want to know what you think. We'll have more Flash right after this. Earth Day is a time to appreciate the nature that's all around us and an opportunity to learn more about how we can actually protect it. Simone Malaz from the Restore the Mississippi River Delta joins us now with so much more. Simone, what are nature-based solutions?
So that was so well said in your introduction, that Earth Day is just a time for us to stop and appreciate all that nature has to offer around us. And it is giving us this opportunity to talk about nature-based solutions. And really what nature-based solutions are using nature to solve some of the problems that we have. So for example, I come from Louisiana, and we're really using the power of the Mississippi River, all the water and sediment that it provides, to refuel and rebuild our wetlands. And those wetlands then become critical buffers between storms and rising sea levels. So that's just a really specific example of how nature-based solutions work for our area.
So tell us, Simone, what does a resilient community actually look like?
Yeah, that's something we know all too well in coastal Louisiana is about resilient communities. But really, a resilient community is a community that is taking into account all the impacts of a changing climate future. Maybe they've experienced more flooding than ever before. Maybe they've experienced a drought or wildfire. But really, these communities that take into account nature-based practices and these nature-based problem or solutions to their problems, those are the communities that we are seeing are even more resilient. It helps them to maybe better weather these extreme weather events or recover more quickly from them. But that's really at the heart of what makes a resilient community. And we're seeing where nature-based solutions can amplify that.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you there, Simone. If you want more information, you can visit waltonfamilyfoundation.org/nature.
It is all about celebrating Mother Earth in the month of April. Here's beauty and lifestyle editor Joanne Butler with some great eco-savvy beauty buys. Hi, Joanne.
Thanks for having me. Well, let's start with our hair. If you have dandruff, there's a common misconception that anti-dandruff shampoos are harsh on your hair and scalp and make your locks lifeless, but that's not actually true if you use the right formulas. And with Head and Shoulders formulas, there's no compromise between using an anti-dandruff shampoo. It just leaves you with a healthy scalp and fab hair. This is their Head and Shoulders Bare. It's a new kind of anti-dandruff shampoo made with only 9 ingredients, carefully selected to fill the 9 roles of anti-dandruff shampoo. It's sulfate and dye-free and gives you effective dandruff protection with the bare minimum, hence the name. And it's made with the clinically proven dandruff-fighting ingredient zinc pyrithione, which goes really deep to fight dandruff at the source and just cleanses gently and refreshes your scalp and your hair. And if you use it regularly, flakes and itch are reduced and scalp moisture improves. And no matter your hair type, it fights against dandruff with 2 different formulas. The Bare Pure Clean, which has a light coconut scent and is best for oily hair and scalp, and the Bare Soothing Hydration with an orchid and aloe scent, best for dry hair and scalp. These smell amazing. Now, if you're challenging yourself this Earth Month to incorporate less plastic into your everyday routine, it comes in this lightweight, rollable eco bottle that uses 45% less plastic per ml versus Head and Shoulders 370 ml bottle, and you can squeeze and roll it up and use it until the very last drop. The bottle and the cap are also fully recyclable, and you can get it at Target and Target.com nationwide. Now, next up, skincare brand Osana Naturals. This is their vanilla and coconut body wash and lotion. This is like a vacation in a bottle. It's an amazing dermatologically tested, pH-balanced, all-natural brand made with pure botanical extracts and mood-boosting scents with top notes of coconut and cotton and base notes of vanilla and cream that literally elevate you and just make your day and turn your shower routine into a ritual, basically. They're free from parabens, sulfates, phthalates, certified cruelty-free, super gentle on your skin, and just soothes and helps you unwind. And all of this beautiful packaging is recyclable and under $8. In fact, the body wash is under $5. The body lotion is under $7. I mean, look at this. It's like beautiful packaging. And you can find these right online and in store in the Walmart Naturals aisle. And there you have it. 2 beauty buys for right now that are not only eco-friendly, but economically friendly as well.
Let's jump into Daily Flash Deals, where we share great finds at exclusive prices. And to start shopping now, just scan the QR code right there on your screen or visit dailyflash.com.
Lifestyle expert Elise Ivy joins us to give us details on this week's find that's going to keep our information safe.
Yes, that's right. It's all about peace of mind and identity protection. I have a crazy fact for you. Are you ready for this? Yeah. Okay, 1.4 million Americans will fall victim to identity theft each year.
Oh my God, 1.4 million.
That's
and
right.
you imagine how much money they've taken out of
That's
It's
right.
got to be higher.
It's not millions, it's billions of dollars have been lost to fraud. So it's very preventable, right? We think about the ways that we try to prevent it. We rip up our mail and our bills and whatnot. That's right. We've got the bulky, messy shredder, right? But not everything can fit in the shredder.
Right.
Like, for example, your prescription bottles. That has your identity all over it, right?
Sense.
Think about the Sharpie. A lot of people say, oh, okay, I'm just going to, mark out my identity like so. And then you hold it up to the light and you can see everything you need to know right there. So the Sharpie just doesn't work for that use. Okay. Great for other uses. But we have the solution. It's called ID Defender. And all you have to do is roll away your identity.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool. Super easy to use. This actually has a patented formation of symbols, and it scrambles anything underneath the roll.
And you can use it on the prescription
That's right. Go
bottles.
for it.
I mean, because it's a pain to try and peel these stickers off.
It's impossible.
Try and shred
yeah,
them.
and you definitely can't throw that in the shredder.
I have a, what about like with the plastic? Will it work
Absolutely. So this is a special ink that'll work on glossy paper,
okay.
that'll work on those windows, that works on magazines.
Oh, yeah.
Let's think about it. Our taxes right now. Yes, right? We have our identity on everything. Think about your airline tickets. Things we don't even realize have our identity, have so much information about us. So it's as easy as rolling away your identity. You're getting all 3 of these today, and it's coming home to you at a discount of 48% for true peace of mind.
Wow. And how many uses can I get on
So
this?
about 1,600 rolls.
Each?
Yes, per roller. That's right. These are non-negotiable in our household.
This is a terrific idea.
No kidding.
My
Wow.
goodness.
Unbelievable. All right, you want to take advantage of this great deal? Guess what? You can do so by scanning the QR code. It's on your screen, or just head to the website, dailyflash.com.
Thanks, guys. Well, here's lifestyle expert and design expert Kelly Edwards with the latest ways to spruce up your home for spring.
So if you want to save time and you want to save space in your laundry room, you must go with the washer and dryer combo from LG. Now, this basically washes and dries your clothes in less than 2 hours. It is the LG all-in-one wash combo. It's ventless and has inverter heat pump technology, energy efficient, and it can be installed virtually anywhere with a standard 120-volt plug. It has a built-in AI technology which can detect fabrics and load size, which gets smarter and smarter with every wash. And it has an easy dispense, which automatically dispenses detergent up to 31 loads. So if you want to save that time and you want to save that space, definitely go to LG.com. Now, if it's spring and you're into spring painting and you need to give your home a fresh coat of paint, you certainly need the proper tools, and one of them is painter's tape. And Frog Tape has an amazing multi-surface painter's tape, high quality, provides professional results while streamlining the painting process for DIYers and pros. Now, it has an exclusive paint block technology which seals those paint edges, really gives you those super sharp paint lines, and it also has a solvent-free high-performance adhesive that bonds quickly to the surface. There's no weight to paint. Removes easily and can be used on an array of surfaces from glass, wood, metal, and cured painted walls. So if you're doing those spring projects, you must go to frogpaint.com. I actually read somewhere that if you're going to paint your walls in your office a light blue, it significantly decreases your stress. And I am all about wellness this spring. Now, speaking of wellness, you can also do that in your home with Waterpik. So for a quick and easy clean, you must get this new shower head for your shower. Now, this is the Waterpik Shower Clean Pro. Absolutely love this. It transforms into a powerful pressure washer with one click. It has a power jet technology that delivers a fan of water to rinse those targeted areas. Comes in 2 finishes, chrome and brushed nickel, 7 spray settings, easy to install. And right now it's on sale at Walmart or Amazon. So this is definitely a great wellness product for your home. But speaking of wellness, I am big into women's wellness. It is my focus this spring, and Solar Ray Her Life Stages is a first of its kind doctor formulated line of supplements to support the unique needs of women at every phase of their life, from menstruation to menopause. It also has libido support that can be taken through any stage. Now, you can get these at the Vitamin Shop or vitaminshop.com, which is the leading destination for lifelong wellness solutions. They have their PMS and menstrual, which focuses on a healthy cycle as well as menstrual discomfort. Then they also have their menopause. Now, the menopause formula focuses on hot flashes, night sweats, mood, weight loss, and energy. I don't know about all the other women out there, but I have been waiting for a truly effective non-hormone solution for all these health concerns. And Solar Ray has these powerful supplements that are clinically backed ingredients that women can count on through every phase of their life. So if you're interested in getting the full lineup of Her Life Stages, you can certainly go to that vitaminshop.com.
April is Parkinson's Awareness Month, and Parkinson's disease affects nearly 1 million people in the U.S., where more than 90,000 people are newly diagnosed each year. Joining us today is John Lear, the president of the Parkinson's Foundation, and Cindy Feinstone, a person living with Parkinson's disease. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
John, why is it so important to understand the challenges facing people with Parkinson's disease and their caregivers?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, 1 million Americans are living with the disease and 90,000 individuals are newly diagnosed each year. Those estimates are much greater than they were a few years ago. Parkinson's is a disease of aging, so most people will get it in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. And as our population ages, more people are going to get Parkinson's disease. And so we want to take time out during April, really all year round, to raise awareness about Parkinson's, tell people what the disease is, what you can do to live well and have a great quality of life with it.
Cindy, what are some of the challenges you face?
So, like John said, there's so many different challenges people face, and everyone that has Parkinson's doesn't face the same challenges. But for me, it's been my activity level over the last 10 years. I've noticed a huge decrease in how much I can do, and I can't rush around like I used to be able to. But I also know that you can still have a great quality of life by making healthy choices and medication. And for me, that's been exercise. I exercise 6 days a week. My exercise of choice is boxing, and it's a specific boxing program designed for people with Parkinson's. And research has shown that exercise helps to slow the progression of Parkinson's, as well as helps with balance issues, mobility, daily tasks. So my motto is just keep moving and do whatever kind of exercise you love.
Great. And where can we go for more info?
Yeah, go to our website, which is parkinson.org. That's parkinson.org. It's staffed by experts in Parkinson's care, and they can answer any questions you have about Parkinson's or refer you to local resources.
Okay, we'll have that on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
In celebration of Earth Day, LG Electronics hosted an event at their Innovation Campus to showcase their commitment to bettering the planet. Here's a look at how LG continues to do their part to make the world better by going green.
We're excited to be here on Earth Day at LG's North American headquarters, hosting a community fair, which is really demonstrating and showcasing LG's commitment to bettering life for all. This event extends LG Electronics' recent announcement of its $150,000 commitment in partnership with the National Wildlife Federation and Discovery Education to host a K-12 educational series about vulnerable and endangered species tied to our Times Square billboard.
At LG, we say life's good. This isn't just our tagline or slogan, it's our brand promise to create a better life for people and a better future for our planet. Today, we're celebrating Earth Day with a variety of activities focused on being environmentally friendly and educating children. At our e-waste drive, visitors are responsibly recycling unwanted electronics and also learning from our partner, the National Wildlife Federation, on how to turn their backyard into a certified wildlife habitat. Chris Jung, CEO of LG North America, and the mayors of Inglewood Cliffs and Fort Lee unveiled Bergen County's first corporate certified pollinator garden, a special habitat to attract butterflies, bees, and other pollinators right here on our campus, and for the community to enjoy.
One of the best ways that we can help out our wildlife is to restore habitat. And that's actually what LG is doing. They have created a pretty incredible pollinator garden. It's going to be one of the very first corporate partnerships where the National Wildlife Federation is recognizing a garden like this as a certified wildlife habitat. It's going to provide food and cover and places to raise young for all sorts of wildlife, including essential pollinators like the monarch butterfly, like our native bees, which sadly are disappearing. And so once this thing takes root and starts to grow, life's going to be pretty good for those pollinators.
LG, from the moment they arrived here, has been a partner with the borough of Fort Lee. I cannot begin to tell you how appreciative we are of the commitment that LG has made.
We do recommend, I know you have somewhat of a green thumb, you have a beautiful landscape area, but not stealing anyone's trees to make your home better.
Yes.
Any update on that?
No update on the stolen tree.
Somebody stole a tree out of Jackson's house.
Yeah. Beautiful,
caught on camera.
Beautiful bougainvillea tree that was grafted on these 3 vines. It was really neat, and it's just gone.
Caught on camera. Caught on camera, too. It's a whole crazy story. Y'all take care. We appreciate having you. Bye-bye.